Good afternoon, everyone. Does everyone hear me properly? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for being here this afternoon for the presentation of the CAMAC2 project. I'm Lucie Bauer. I'm the project leader of this project. CAMAC stands for Caribbean Marine Megafauna and Anthropogenic Activities. It's co-funded by the European Union under Interreg Caribbean program. And it has a little bit of history already with the GCFI since the phase one has been presented during GCFI 2023, and CAMAC2 has already been presented last year. And so maybe some of you already know a little bit about it. Let's start. The global objective of the project is to conciliate sustainable human activities with marine megafauna conservation in the Caribbean. And for this, we have a consortium of partners. The lead partner is the Agora Sanctuary, where I'm based. And we have a team of 4 people that I'm going to introduce later. As well, we have the SPAW that is a beneficiary partner, and the WWF Netherlands. And Whitecast is also a partner of the project. And so the project has a few different objectives. The first one is to assess the interaction between fisheries and marine megafauna. The second one is the strengthening of stranding network of marine mammals and sea turtle stranding. Then we have a part on education, and that aims to raise awareness among young Caribbeans about these topics. And a fourth objective, which is really important, is to enhance the knowledge on the Caribbean marine megafauna. So by marine megafauna, we hear marine mammals, seabirds, sea turtles, sharks, and rays. The final goal is actually to make recommendation to governing bodies of the region. And so it materializes into 7 work packages. Every work package has a different work package leader. And as every work package leader has been enrolled at a different timing, work package work a bit like independently. And the project pilots are in different territories of the Caribbean, but we really try hard to create links between the work packages, and as it is very important for the essential, even for the project, to strengthen the regional cooperation around these matters. As I said, the project is cut in 2 phases. The first one happened in 2023. And I'd like to thank Haiti Ocean Project and the SPAW that has been the partners of the phase 1. And so the phase 2 began earlier this year and will run until the end of 2027, with possibilities of extension as well following the budget. The scope of the project, we are very happy because the phase 1, during the phase 1, the scope was a bit smaller, but as lately we got in touch with some researchers and instructors from Cuba and Nicaragua that wanted to be part of the project, we could widen the scope. And so, as I said already, the regional cooperation is really essential and key to reach the objectives of the project. And in every work package, we push collaboration between neighbor territories. And so now to detail a bit more about the different work packages, about the first one, which is assessing interaction between fisheries and marine megafauna. It's led by Amélie Tagliaferro and from the SPAW, but I'm not going to spoil her presentation. That will happen in a few minutes. And so let's start straight with the work package 2, led by Whitecast and Kimberly Stewart, the executive director of Whitecast. So the second phase will focus on the sea turtle stranding network, and the first phase was focusing on the marine mammal stranding networks and was led by the SPAW at the time. They already began to settle a stranding network for sea turtle. So it's really about strengthening it. And to do so, they will creating training kits and training modules. They will as well set up a biobank. And they aim to a standardized protocol for sea turtles, stranding assessment and response, and as well a standardized data sheet for turtle stranding and necropsy. And they are leading these action towards a few pilot countries that you can see the list here. The third work packages is led by Delphine Fortier, who is part of the Agua Sanctuary. And it's really focused on the raising awareness among young Caribbean people through two activities. The first one is the creation of an inventory of existing educational tools through the region. We started it in phase 1, and now we are completing it, and we'll disseminate it as well in the next month. So I'm actually calling for cooperation as well. If you are creating educational tools, or if you know about some of them that could be interesting for us, just please let me know. And the second activity of this work package is a school twinning program. So it will happen during the scholar year 26 to 27, and there will be 6 classes involved among the different territories. We begin to work on it now. So the territories are not selected yet, so it's really still open. But the goal is really to raise awareness to help conserve marine megafauna. And as well highlight students taking action through active exchanges. Work package 4 is about knowledge enhancement on marine mammals and seabirds. So yeah, the goal is to strengthen this knowledge, to know more about the biodiversity, density, and distribution of these species of the wider Caribbean region. In order to help identify the hotspots of interactions with human activities. So as you can see, there are two different families, the seabirds. Seabirds tagging campaign, they will happen during winter 26 and 27. And a call for tender will be published in early next year. For this as well. Come to me if you want more information about this. This is in process now. And for the marine mammals, there is an ongoing call for tender for sea campaigns. So we chose 7 lots composed of 18 territories in total. So we have a pretty wide covering of the region. You can see the list here. And for the response to these call for tenders, we really encourage cooperation between every neighbor territory there. And the call runs until the 3rd of December. So please, answer if you want to be part of this. Work package 5 is about knowledge enhancement on sharks and rays. It's run by WWF Netherlands with Mark Bond and Nathalie Outman. It has 3 activities. The first one is bringing new knowledge through DNA samples based on underwater remote video, local ecological knowledge. And to do so, there is a process of first selecting focus species and areas, agreed on standard monitoring protocol, and standardized collaboration data sharing agreement is targeted, and to be able to have a publicly available database of data collected in the context of CAMAC. To prepare this, Mark Bond created a survey that you can access on the QR code, and I really invite you to answer to this survey to help us put like the frame of this work package and data collection. And so on the parallel to this first activity, there is a second one, which will aim to create a Caribbean-wide Elasmo branch study report with species distribution and conservation status. And as well, the goal of this work package is to create a regional network and a platform of Elasmo branch involved stakeholders in the region. And finally, the work package 6 is about communication and knowledge dissemination. And with this one, the objective is to provide the governing bodies with information to make decisions and develop policies and programs for marine megafauna conservation. And it will be a kind of summary of all the lessons and conclusion that we got from the fifth or the 5 other work packages. And so by presenting you this project, I just wanted to highlight it and to call for like new contact networking, maybe new leads for cooperation around the project. And as well, if you want to share with me some like general knowledge or notes of regional stake that could be useful to keep in mind during the project, yeah, I'm open to all these kind of things. And I'd like to thank you for your attention. And yeah, open for questions.
Thank you, Lucie. We have time for 2 quick questions, or at least 1 long question. So feel free to ask Lucie. We have a mic guy in the back. Okay, going once, going twice. Well, I'll take that opportunity. How can we connect and network with you? Do you have a website available for us to link on?
Yeah, so I think the easiest option is to send me an email or come to talk to me. That's an easy option. And then there is the Agora Sanctuary webpage. There is a Kamak page on this page. So you can have all the information about the Kamak project.
Okay, sounds good. And she's wearing a bright red shirt, so it's easy to find. All right, thank you very much, Lucie.
Thank you.
Everybody's
to mention one of the partners that just had been Rocio Prieto Gonzalez that will work with us on the marine knowledge enhancement. And yeah, I just forgot you, so I wanted to say her name. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot, Lucie. This one. Our next presenter is Jamie Aquino representing Haiti. Jamie, are you nearby? All right, come on up, Jamie.
That's it. That's all right. Okay, thank you. Hi, good afternoon. How are you? Thank you for being here for all of our presentations. We appreciate it. Marine megafauna are an important species for those of us that are working in marine megafauna, and we appreciate you taking an interest. So I want to spotlight a project that we have, really important project called the Marine Megafauna Monitoring Network that we work with the Haiti Fishers on. My name is Jamie Aquino. I'm the president and founder of Haiti Ocean Project. And Haiti Ocean Project was started in 2007. I am an educator from Florida. I traveled to Haiti, saw the need for education for the young people, but what transpired was much more than education. Focus on education, conservation, and research of all the marine megafauna species. I wanted to also mention all of the photos that you'll see in this presentation were taken in Haiti. So these are some of our beautiful creatures that we have: sea turtles, dolphins, whales, sharks, and stingrays. So Haiti is part of an island called Hispaniola. to the east, their name is the Dominican Republic. So there are two islands on the same two countries on the same island. Very different in regards, but today we're going to focus on the western side, which is Haiti. I did put a yellow push pin location are based on the southern peninsula called Petite. That's where the yellow push pin is. The pinkish color is called the Gulf of Ganab. It's a very interesting body of water. There's two canals, the canal St. Mark on the north, the canal du Sud on the south, and they're separated by a large island that push pin is called the Isle of Ganab. It's big island. This body of water is extremely deep. It goes out to 10,000 feet. And just off the coast, of the inner coastline of Haiti, even Bauer, down to 5,000 feet. So that's why we have a coastal megafauna, but a lot of deep water species that we'll talk about. So let's talk about the fishers. I'm going to begin with this one. So at the heart and soul of what we do is the relationship that we have with the fishers. They are not individuals that help us with our work, but they're people that we call our friends, our allies, our colleagues, and our family. We built such strong relationships with them that they still go out and catch fish. They're also really committed to the conservation of the species, which makes that relationship really special. So I'm going to spotlight through today. This is the first one. His name is Evan Thomas, but we call him Mr. Riviere. I think the name came from the fact that he's from Petite Riviere, which is translated to, which is our department that we live in. Mr. Riviere was someone that we met years ago. In the picture, you'll see him with another individual who's here today. His name is Franklin Bauer. He's our sea turtle and seabird coordinator in the back, raising his hand. He is from Petite Riviere as well. It was a process to get him here. Trying to get a visa, so we're really happy he's here. And we appreciate everybody, including Jaime and the Ministry of Interior of Colombia that helped get him here. So thank you for being here and also helping him get here. Franklin has been working with these fishers for a really long time. And Mr. Riviere is one. Back when we didn't have a boat, we needed to get out and document the marine mammals. And we had no boat. And so we looked around and found this fisher who was willing to help us. And all he was a local artisanal fisher with a small boat and a small engine, but had the motivation and the willingness to want to help us. So he took us out in that little boat that he's in, that you see in the picture. Day after day, he found dolphins for us. He found whales. He just got so interested in what we were doing that he became a part of our project. And then we gave him a smartphone and explained the value of that and what we do with that later. But he would knock on our door with his fish. I mean, really committed. One story about him that shows the relationship building is these fishers to us, again, they help us with our work, but more importantly, we see them as family, and when they're in crisis or try to help them. So while Hurricane Melissa right now is barreling over Jamaica, and still affecting Haiti, but not quite in the extreme that Jamaica is affecting it. Back in 2016, Hurricane Matthew was devastating. It was supposed to go to Jamaica, and it took a turn at the last minute and slammed into the southern peninsula of Haiti and were affected. Flooding, people lost their houses, people lost everything, loss of life. It was very, very traumatic for all of us. Mr. Riviere had a little house on the water and a little boat, and watched them all swept away by the ocean. So he was a fisher with no boat and no house and a wife and children to take care of. So we stepped in and did what we could to help him. We did have a small Zodiac type boat with a little outboard engine. So we basically loaned it to him for many years. It became his boat. He used it to fish. He used it to help us with our work. And that's where that relationship grew even stronger. He helped us when we needed him to does. So that's just to show you how we work with these fishers. So the next fisher that I'm going to talk about, his name is, Dennis, Mr. Mono is what we called him. He was from a village called Antivo. Mr. Mono passed away, unfortunately, a few years ago from health issues. But before he passed away, he was a pioneer and a leader. We first met him He really didn't completely understand what we were doing, but yet he still felt something in some way he wanted to help us. And he was kind of a little stubborn and kind of a little difficult. And some of the other fishers had issues with him. But over time, we started working with him. And then he started bringing us, although he was still killing sharks, he started bringing us, you can see in one of the pictures, fins and tails from blue sharks and just lots of different jaws from sharks. And we realized that in some way he was trying to help us. Anyway, over time, he became significant. He was the reason that we have a juvenile, we've confirmed a juvenile nursery of oceanic white-tip sharks, which I'll talk about later. He's saved countless turtles. He helped us save a manatee. He helped us save a leatherback turtle. I could go on and on about this man, but he became our family. And even when he was really, really sick and could barely do anything, he still tried to help us. And we tried to help him too. We helped get him to the doctor. We helped him with physical therapy. We did what we could to help him. So again, it was that back and forth of how can we help you? How can you help us? And really motivated so many other fishers to get involved. So we always honor his memory. In fact, my little poodle that I have is named after him. So just had to mention that. The next fisher I want to talk about is Kirby Josel. Kirby is a fisher from a village called Obas. It's a small fishing village that is really remote. And we work with the fishers there quite often. Franklin met Kirby at a gas station in another village and became friends and realized that this was a key village where they were catching a lot of sea turtles, especially. So Kirby went to be someone that was killing sea turtles to conservation of sea turtles. In that picture you see where he was spearfishing, he did not have a mask, a snorkel and fin, so we provided that for him. So again, it was a give and take. We help you, you help us. And what's really significant from Kirby's side was that we did find out that there was some trafficking or bringing over the border to the DR the scoots from the hawksbill that were being sold to make products out of, and he helped us find out where that was coming from. And he was actually one that was doing the selling or selling the scoots to the people from the other countries. So he was helpful in helping us investigate all of that. So again, all these fishers have been really significant in our work. Okay, so the Marine Megafauna Network, where does it start? So hold on 1 second. Okay, just want to make sure because I can't see if I'm watching the same screen. Okay, so this network is a process. So the first thing we do is we identify the fishers. Who are the ones catching and killing megafauna? So you can see in these pictures, one was catching a tiger shark, one was catching a hawksbill, one was catching a spotted eagle ray. So once we identify where they're being caught, what they're catching, and getting more details about that, we start realizing that these are the fishers we're going to target. Because in Haiti, the #1 threats to these species are the people. That is the #1 threat. So if you eliminate that threat, you've solved the problem. So that's why we work with the fishers, because getting to these local artisanal fishers is the key to our success. So we identify the fishers. Next step is we meet with them. We have workshops with them. I brought with me, which I can show to some of you later if you're interested. We have a marine megafauna species ID guide that we put together. It shows pictures of all of the marine megafauna that they could potentially see. A lot of fishers are not literate. They don't read or write English or read or write Creole. So we made this very visual. I'll show you pictures of what the species ID guides look like. And you can see there's a lot of images of the species. They're waterproof, so they can take them out on the water. And they have helped us identify what's in the water, because oftentimes when you look at a lot of dolphins, a dolphin is a dolphin to them. So now they can understand, well, this one has a different shaped fin, or this one has a different color. So that's really been helpful for us to identify what is in the water and what they're seeing. So then the next step is we give them a smartphone. These are really important for them because not all fishers even have phones, let alone a smartphone. So they can use it for their own personal use, but for us, we're able to get data. And we recently installed an app that we've been working with an organization to collect data from the fishers, which is great. We also have them join a WhatsApp group so that we can communicate with them and share stories and share images, and if they have any questions, or even Again, like if there's a really bad hurricane or a storm, this is great because then we can reach out to them. Hey, how are you doing? What do you need from us? How can we help you? So it becomes a, really good form of communication. And what do we have the fishers help us with? Well, they collect a lot of data for us. So if they see the sperm whales, they take pictures of the sperm whales. If they catch a shark, they document that. If a turtle gets caught in a net or gets caught in fishing line, these are ways that they can help us with our data collection. Even if a species is not alive in a net or is killed, that data is still really valuable. So unfortunately, our main fisher, Richard Boyer, who was last year's GCFI Gliding Memorial Fisher Award winner, couldn't be here because it was a lot of issues with the visa, acquiring the visas and the travel to get here, but he's here in spirit. He has been really instrumental in working with all the fishers. He offers free workshops for those that have small boats and engines, because a lot of times they'll get an engine, but they don't know how to use it. They don't know how to maintain it, or if they need a boat part, they don't know how to get it. So he goes around and helps the fishers with things like that, which has been really helpful for them. So all of this work, what did it lead to? This is all of our success stories. One is that we have confirmed that we have a critically endangered oceanic white-tip shark nursery in the NEEP department, and we also believe that it's a pupping ground farther west on the peninsula for the oceanic white-tip. We also have an abundance of marine mammal species that were documented, which led IUCN to declare our Gulf of Gonave an area of interest for marine mammals. We've also confirmed juvenile hawksbill and green sea turtle habitats and potential nesting beaches. We have, with the fishers' help, rescued a whale shark and released it, which was the first time it was actually done successfully. We have a female hawksbill sea turtle that we still have now. We're releasing for the third time. Both times were caught and brought back to us alive. Sadly, she lost vision in one eye, but she's still hanging in there. But without the fishers' help, this turtle would not have survived. To add Colombia to the mix, we had 2 juvenile tagged loggerheads that came from Colombia to Haiti. They went from the same beach at different times of different years and ended up on the same beach in Haiti. So they went from Colombia to Haiti, different times, going and coming, and still went the same path. So we're still trying to investigate how that happened. But bottom line is that, as you can see, the interconnectivity between the species, and this is all because of the fishers' help. And both of these loggerheads were released successfully. And we've confirmed a lot of species in our water. 18 shark species, including, yes, a goblin shark. That was an interesting catch. Didn't survive, but still the fact that they caught one was really exciting. We've confirmed 17 species of marine mammals, and we believe we have a resident population of sperm whales. We also have dwarf sperm whales, among other species. We've confirmed 5 turtle species recently. We rescued an olive ridley, so that was really exciting. And we also have confirmed 5 stingray species. So these are all the animals that were confirmed in our waters, all because of this network we have with the local fishers. And while we have a lot of sponsors, these are the main ones that have contributed to this network being successful. And we thank, including SPAW, who's here, and we thank everybody who was significant in helping us with our work. So thank you so much for your time. Oh, can I say one more thing? Yes. I also want to say, in addition to Franklin being here, my mother's here, who has been my biggest supporter since day one. And so thank you, Mom, for bringing me here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Unfortunately, time ran out, so go for Jamie.
No problem.
Ask questions. Thanks again.
Yeah.
Now we will have Amélie coming up with our third presentation. And we're going back to the CAMAC project.
Presentation.
I made another one on the online. The next one. Have access to the Dropbox or? No. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Just that. Yeah, that's okay.
No.
This one.
No, your presentation.
No. Yes, that's this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. You're good. Oh, wow. Oh, it's already.
And it's okay. This, can I? Blah. Okay. Okay, yes. Hello, everyone. Oh, okay. It started. It's cheating. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending this meeting. No, you're not listening to me. You cannot hear me. Here? Better, yeah. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending this meeting. So I'm Amélie Tagliaferro, Biodiversity Project Officer at SPAW, and I prepared this presentation with my our consultant, Michelle or Tony Nalovic from Fishing Cleaner. So I will present the role of SPAW in fisheries interactions with marine megafauna assessment and mitigation in the CAMAC 2 project. So as Lucie presented earlier, we were working for the CAMAC project, who has the main objective of strengthening knowledge and regional collaborations on how to conciliate human activities and marine megafauna preservation and conservations, and then provide recommendations and tools to stakeholders. So for this, I will focus on our work, so how to assess and tackle the socioeconomical and environmental issues related to interactions between fisheries and marine megafauna, and make recommendations to mitigate them efficiently. So for this, we will be the partners, leaders on this work, and also with Caribbean fisheries organizations, and also our partners from CAMAC. So how to, what is, expected outputs from this work. So we want to locate and map out areas of potential overlap between marine megafauna and fisheries. And with those tools, jointly develop with fishers, for fishers, operational and site-specific recommendations for mitigations. And the whole also aim is to enhance interest of this topic in the region and the capacity for bycatch monitoring. So how to reach those expected outputs? As Lucie presented, in 2023, CAMAC has a phase 1 with other partners like HOPE and SPAW also. And we gathered at the GCFI76, I think, in Nassau, a workshop with experts that gathered and worked on these work packages, and agreed on a process for this, to know how to reach those expected outputs. And so the process is to select pilot sites to conduct surveys, so gather and collect more data on fisheries activities and marine megafauna presence in the Caribbean, and also collect the data from interviews and observations, and then run model statistics to analyze those data. So for this, we will follow this process in CAMAC phase 2, and we will be assisted by 2 consultants. One is the Fisher bycatch CFR expert, Tony Nalovic, and the other one is the statistical model expert, Carlos Tamayo. So the first step was to select pilot sites. So during this workshop, experts agree on pre-selection on certain territory that has been pre-selected, such as Dominican Republic, Haiti, Puerto Rico, and Magdalena Colombia. Thank you, Jamie, for your presentation. So it's actually why Haiti has been pre-selected. So because we wanted to have fishing community well represented, well established, and also wanted to work on this matter, have bycatch problems. So that was one of the criteria. And the other one was to have presence of marine megafauna, endangered species, and also high abundance and high diversity. So we started this work package in 2025, and we actually officially selected those territories. Then we will have to conduct the survey, and for this, we will use the collaborative fisheries research approach. So that's a methodology used by Tony Nalovic, and it wanted to include and involve the local community at each step of this questionnaire and these protocols. And so even the interviewers will be trained and are from the communities. So that's the whole point of this method. So what is this method? This methodology is a partnership between people and communities interested in fishery sustainability. And so by combining the expertise and ideas of fishers and scientists, we can then successfully establish protocols to gather information for fisheries management. So that's one example of CFR method that has been used by Tony Nalovic in French Guiana in 2009. So he gathered fishers, scientists, NGO, and government representatives about shrimp trawling. And so we also wanted to use this method with the CAMAC project. So that's one of the examples when we tested the CAMAC questionnaire in Dominican Republic a few weeks ago in 2025. So the whole goal of this method is to get a holistic view of fishing activities. So we wanted to tackle the issues about the boats, the fishers, the cold chain, the fuel, and then also look at the different outputs of these activities. So like the seafood markets, the money that the fishers get from the catch, also the pollution from the boats, from the fuel, and also interaction and impacts on the marine mammals and megafauna. So that's where you get the CAMAC project. So in this methodology, that when each steps are done in collaboration, we are now at the designing protocol and just before the field work. And so why do we want to use this collaborative fisheries approach for survey? It's because this region has, as many others, limited means, and we really wanted to have the fishers understand the mapping exercise. We don't just want to collect and get data from them. We really want them to understand the whole process, and so having a chance to reach tangible conservative outcomes. And so for us and for Tony, it's the most effective way to understand what could lead to positive change and try to understand the fishers' current behavior and practice. Oh, shit. So for this, we went in Dominican Republic a few weeks ago, and we were able to meet 7 landing sites and also tested our questionnaire with 2 fishers. So we went in different fishing community around Dominican Republic. And so what is actually our questionnaire? Our questionnaire is divided in 5 main sections. So one about the interviewer and interviewee, and also one part about the fishing activity. So fishing effort, fishing gear, and also a part with marine megafauna interactions and with a mapping exercise, and also to ask questions to the fishers about their perception of the ocean and its changes, to just open the questions and have the full point of view of the fishers about the fishing activities, and also an auto review on the interviewer. So that was one of our main goals with the consultant. We wanted to draft the questionnaire between us, but also complete it with the biostatistical expert to be sure that we have the main data that he will need for the BioRA model. And also we wanted to test it on field and maybe do some modification on the approach for certain questions and data. And then during the CAMAC launch event that we had in Dominican Republic just after our tests, we have been able to proofread this questionnaire and be sure that it matched statistical analysis and requirements and fishers' approach. So now, not now, sorry, but then we will have a model statistic to run with this data. So we are actually at this stage. So the data collection with this questionnaire, so getting fishing areas, getting species sightings, and then the model expert will need to gather information about the environmental covariates. To actually ensure this analysis, he will need to clean the data, make exploration about models and also environmental covariates, look about assumptions, find the right model for this, especially for the species distribution model. And also we really want to have an open access to the scripts and the full model at the end of this project. Sorry, I need to go a little bit faster. So the CAMAC launch event occurred in Dominican Republic at the end of September, and the objective of this workshop was to establish a governance for this work. So we managed to have a steering committee and also a technical advisory committee for the whole work package on assessment on interactions between fisheries and megafauna. We agree on the methodology that I will present to you just after. And we co-validate the questionnaire and harmonize the project setup and create a sense of cohort between the pilot site that were there at the time. So the methodology for the survey conductions has been approved by all experts and our consultant and partners. So now we are at the stage of involving local community. So introduce the project, the process of the CFR method, recruit and train local agents. And also then we will start the survey conduction in 2026 for 4 to 6 months before collecting and testing the first data. When we will have the first results with our experts in statistical model, gather feedbacks from fishers and surveyors, and hopefully adjust the model with their feedbacks. Then we will have the final results. We will be able to have workshop with the different fishing community and fishing representatives and get recommendation from them and for them. And so then produce the maps and the tools for stakeholders. And finally, we will have the final workshop of CAMAC in 2027 to disseminate the methodology and recommendations and maybe, if someone is interested, duplicate on new territories this method. Thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions. Wow.
So we have time for any number of questions that you may have for Amélie. And the first question I have is, for the survey, this is for the entire expanded countries and territories to be surveyed by 2027?
Yeah, the whole point is we have our consultant, we have the methodology, and the idea is to work with NGO or governmental bodies in those territories and to let them conduct the survey with local surveyors.
Okay.
So we won't make the surveys, but yeah, hopefully in 2026, the 4 territories that I presented will conduct the survey.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any other, yes, well, one. It's coming to you now. Oh,
Yes, thank you. Thanks very much for this very brilliant presentation. I have a very quick question. I see the objective for this study for the, how do you call it, the monitoring for the bycatch. There is one for the, so I was just wondering, this pilot study, whether there is a possibility of developing some kind of monitoring and reporting plan for these countries. And the second is picking back to what he just asked whether there is an aim to expand beyond these countries. I'm just thinking aloud because for these market-led measures that we know. If you've heard about the Marine Mammal Protection Act from the US, one of the requirements is to establish this monitoring and reporting plan for some of the countries, and some of them not in your pilot list, but in CAMAC or beneficiary countries. Some of these countries are included. So my question is, to which extent the project would benefit them in this regard? Thanks.
Wow, that's a tricky question.
I think that may be an offline question.
Yeah.
That we can then report back in the Hoover.
No, but the question was if the all territories from CAMAC will benefit from this protocol and method, right? Is to know if we can duplicate this methodology.
Yes, for monitoring and reporting plans.
Yeah. We know that exists, but for the CAMAC project, we tackle also territories where we didn't have any data or data collection, so that's why we specified those territories. So even if they're a reporting plan or so, we didn't have any data from phase 1 of CAMAC. So that's why we also select those territories. But then those data will be obviously disseminate and provide for this plan of
Okay.
reporting plan.
We have time for one quick question. If anybody else has any questions, stay behind the camera.
Non, je pense que-
And with that, I'm gonna